Oh, Ira Coiner, the original IRA here and president of Triathlon Partners. We got a great episode for you today, Triathlon Partners TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. And our topic is, where did all of your money go? I have a great presentation here, and I'm going to start sharing my screen with you. Here we go. Now, it's tax time, and everybody is complaining. Where did their money go? Right? And we look right here, you can see your tax brackets. If you're lucky enough to earn over $200,000 and you're single, your tax rate goes up to 32% federal from 28. That's an extra 8 cents for every dollar that you pay. And don't forget, there's another NIIT tax, which is 3.8%, and you got state taxes. Maybe you have a city tax as well. You could very easily be paying 40 to 45% of your income as taxes, right? So this is very important, and this is something that we're going to address, and I have a solution for. Right? Are you paying too much? You are definitely, and always, we always have to look for a way to keep it down, right? So you might have a diversified portfolio that's taxable, and 40% of that could be in fixed income or US bonds, right? Now, the problem is, well, it's great. They pay annual interest, right, for you. There's minimum volatility, and it's guaranteed by the US government. Now, for example, right now, a 5-year government bond pays a little bit more than 4% a year of interest. So that means every $1,000 invested is going to pay a little bit more than $40 in interest, right? So that's all right. Not volatile, sounds all that great, but we have to look at what the money is in your pocket. So if you're one of these earners over $200,000 in a high tax state and city, well, your marginal tax rate, if it's 40%, you're only coming home with $24.36. That's 2.4% return. Now, that's not even beating inflation, right? What has inflation been recently? Well, during COVID, it got up to 9. It's been lingering around 4. You're not keeping up with inflation. That's a really big problem. And this is something that I want to address, right? So let's first go on what are good things about U.S. bonds, right? They have a low volatility. People like that low volatility. Doesn't fluctuate greatly at year to year. It's guaranteed by the U.S. government. If you hold it to maturity, you're going to get 100% of your money back, and that interest rate, that yield that 4% in the example. Right? It also makes your overall portfolio's volatility much smoother because this, again, has a low volatility. But what we really have to concentrate on is if that low volatility is really worth it. Is that return worth it, right? So that low after-tax return is what we're going to try and conquer here while keeping that low volatility in the top of our mind, because I believe we can get this done, right? So our objective, keep that low volatility and get some sensible after-tax returns, right? So I have a solution, right? We have a product with a guaranteed annual floor of 0%, meaning it can't lose money in any year. That's great. That's really going to cut down on our volatility. That was one of our objectives. Well, this product also tracks the performance of stocks, and stocks historically perform much better than U.S. government bonds. All right, that's fantastic because that's going to get us a sensible return, right? Now, what else does it do? Well, this product defers taxes on growth, and then you don't pay taxes, or you might not even have to pay taxes until the money is withdrawn from the account. Wow. So that's increasing our after-tax return. That's exactly what we want because you get that compounding for not paying taxes and all the growth through all the years. So that's fantastic, right? We've found a solution. We found a product. Now, there's some parts of these products which you might think, well, what's the catch? Well, here's what the catch is, and we're going to have to discuss if this is really a catch. The product has an annual cap or maximum return. So every year, you can't earn more than a certain amount. Changes year to year, and it depends on what product it is. But right now, they range from 8 to 23%. They still have that floor of 0% that you can't earn less than, so you can't lose money any year. All right. And this is also a longer term investment. There might be a holding period. You might have to wait until a certain age until you can take the money out. But when we compare this to the 2.4% on the low volatility US bonds, well, this is something that you really have to consider, because the volatility we're really concerned about is the market going down. And if this has a 0% floor, the market might go down, but the investment will not. So we're really just lowering the volatility on the downside, and we still have plenty of upside return, because even if we earn 8% on that cap, we're really talking about we only need to have that happen 1 out of 4 years, and between 1 out of 4 and 1 out of 2 years, 1 out of 3, less than 1 out of 3 years, and we're beating the bonds, right? And we know that the stock market is usually positive 3 out of 4 years, and we know the positive years are much greater than 8% on average. So, what are these products, you might ask? Well, here they are. They're called an FIA and a RILA. These are tax deferred. They're just like a 401k in terms of the money, that the profit that gets taken out. It's taken out and gets paid income tax when it leaves the account. Available to everyone. There's no contribution limit. And again, they grow tax deferred. Even better, because a lot of people like a Roth, but there's no contribution limit on this product, and it's available to everyone. There's not an income limit on who can and cannot contribute, called an IUL. The money goes in, it grows tax deferred, and the withdrawals can be tax exempt, right? Just like a Roth, the money doesn't get taxed on the withdrawal. So these are fantastic products that are going to lower the risk of your portfolio, lower the volatility of your portfolio, but still give you fantastic returns and not have to settle for that 2.4% that you're going to get post-tax on U.S. government bonds, right? There's my contact information. Please reach out if you have any questions. You want to set up a free appointment. And thank you again. Here's a disclaimer. Everyone, have a wonderful and a blessed day. Take care.